Joining me now on the show, we've got Victory Johnson, 2023 linebacker recruit, now a freshman. You've already been at CU for a while, man. Just how's this experience been for you the last 6 months?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed everything I've been able to do, having time to explore the city and see all the parts and explore nature here is really amazing. Then my favorite part, putting in all that work and grinding the off season, with all the winter lifts and runs, and now starting summer for training. It's been amazing. I love it here. I love it.
What's your summer been like so far? Did you get to go back home to San?
Yeah, so I went back in May, like the last 3 weeks of May. I was back at home. Got to enjoy some family time, and then we headed back like the day before Memorial Day to get set up in our new dorms and everything. But it was enjoyable. Yeah, it was good to be home.
Awesome, man. You were telling me before we started that you were out there coaching kids today. One of the many camps kind of going on. You guys got a lot of stuff going on over the last few weeks. But what's that been like, kind of being a coach now and trying to, coach these kids up?
Yeah, it's been a fun experience these past couple of days. Trying to wrangle all these kids up and teach them some good principles for the game, and like having their toes behind the line and staying disciplined, and not going until we say go, but at the same time just enjoying the game and having fun. It's been a fun experience, especially I was working with Coach Mathis with these kids, a group of kids on this drill, and just having fun, man. Teaching them as much as we can, but at the same time just letting them play ball.
So you committed to Colorado back in November, actually, before all the coaching changes and all that stuff happened. Before the coaching change even happened, why did you decide to commit to Colorado? What about it, the school, kind of attracted you?
Yeah, it was a really really tough decision, coming down to my like top schools and kind of figure everything out with my family and where I was going to go and where I saw myself the most. And what I heard from conversations with people of all different walks of life around the game, coaches, family members, my older brother being recruited, my dad being a coach, other coaches, players that are in college football, they all said the same thing, and that was go where you're needed, not wanted. And Colorado just felt like I was needed in the program, and they really, really needed me to come contribute, or other schools they wanted me, and they really did want me. I felt a certain connection to the school, and I loved Boulder as a city. I thought it was beautiful. I was lucky enough to come on some really beautiful days in the fall and earlier in the spring, and so those days were amazing. And seeing the mountains is something I've never seen before. I'm from San Diego, so we see beaches, but we don't get to see all that nature and stuff. And so I just fell in love with the campus and the city and the people there. And I felt that there was such a high potential for the program as a whole. I think Boulder has every tool you need to be a top team in Division One. Like, we have a beautiful city. There's Denver right across the way, which is a really fun place to go to and hang out and explore. You have nature right away, right over near Lions and all these different places. And the campus is beautiful. The academics are great. The facilities are amazing. So I just feel like it had every tool to be a great, great program. And then Coach Prime came, and that just solidified that decision even more.
What was that kind of month like where, the Buffs are finishing out the season last year? Obviously, they're not very good. The coaching staff gets let go, and then Coach Prime comes in. What was that like for you, and how did that kind of factor into, you were already committed, but to your decision to kind of recommit to the program, really?
Yeah, so it was honestly pretty stressful. I didn't know what was going to happen. A lot of us, the commits that were committed before, ended up not staying, and so it was kind of a stressful time. But luckily, Coach Hart had called me, and we had really good conversations on the phone. The the day that Coach Prime was announced, the day after that, he had called me, and we had a bunch of conversations on the phone. Got set up for another official visit, and as someone who had taken official before the old staff, being able to see the new staff and how they interact with each other and how they care and the principles they're teaching and the vision, the future they see for the program, it was like oh yeah, like this is gonna be something very, very, very special. And so that was like I quickly connected with Coach Hart as well. The drills he was having his linebackers do over at Jackson State that he was showing me, and the same drills that we do in practice were drills that I love to do, and definitely see the products that he had. And he had Aubrey Miller, who is his first backer to go to the one of his first backers to go to the league, and he just got signed to a multi-year deal, and he's doing well. So seeing all that come to fruition, it was like I definitely could see myself being very successful with this staff.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Your brother's here too. You mentioned Champion. He was, of course, I think a year older than you, right? Or is he 2 years older than you?
He is 21 right now. I'm 18. He's, I think, academically. Yeah, academically, he's 2 years older though. Yeah, he's an academic junior right now, and then I'm a freshman.
What's that been like, just playing with him now and just being able to be brothers on the same team now?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think like that was one of the really big reasons I was so comfortable coming to Colorado early, without any family or really anybody else, was to have my brother there and have him as someone I can always go to and be supportive. And we kind of push each other to work harder. I push him to do certain things. He pushes me to do certain things, and we enjoy it. There was a moment in the spring game. My whole family was there, so I had probably 15 to 20 people there coming to watch us. And I line up and I look over and I'm trying to get the play in, and I look over and I see my brother just line up right in front of me, and I was like, wow, that's amazing to see, like 47,000 people, like, and then we're right in the middle, right, lining up across each other for the first time in, I don't know, 3-4 years. So it was amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing to have him there.
That's awesome, man. You kind of mentioned the spring game there. What were your expectations kind of going into it, and were they surpassed when the spring game happened and you saw all those people there?
Oh, in terms of the fan base, like I thought, because there's nothing about snow the day before. I checked the weather. There was nothing about snow. And then the day of, it was supposed to snow for an hour, and it ended up snowing the whole day. So I was thinking, oh, like I don't know, maybe like 30,000 will show up. Like it won't be like a full stadium because it's snowing. Like nobody expected it to snow. And then we go back in after warm ups and come back out, and I look up and every seat is filled. I was like, there's no way they like packed this thing out. It was a surreal moment. It was like I almost didn't even get nervous. I was just like, this is amazing to see how many people and how supportive they are of Coach Prime and the program and what we're doing and what we're trying to show them. So it was amazing.
Yeah, man. Buff Nation's something else, aren't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You mentioned you were an early enrollee. Of course, you were here, kind of through the spring semester. So you met and you knew a lot of those guys who were on the team, from last year. What was kind of your reaction as, you saw them all transfer out and just going through that process from your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, it always sucks to see some of those guys I was good friends with and had built connections with leave and go to their other places. But it was also exciting to see how Coach Prime is bringing in some of the top guys out of the portal and guys that are really going to change the direction of the program. So it was pretty bittersweet, I'd say. Sad to see those guys go, but excited to see where this program is heading, and all the guys that are coming in now. Getting to know these guys has been amazing because they're all hardworking dogs that are coming to eat, and that's exactly what we need. So.
What have the past few weeks kind of been like? Or I guess even just the last week with all those new guys kind of coming in and you guys all getting to know each other and gel?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, we had a Memorial Day barbecue, which was awesome to get to know everybody and learn each other's names and where they're from and what school they've been at and all those things. It's cool to see people from all different walks of lives coming together to, unite over this game and this one goal that we have, and to be successful and to run this program all the way through everybody that we play, and to just see all those people come together. It's really cool to meet all those people. Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys all on the field together too, man. We can't wait. Just, as being an early enrollee and all those guys that kind of started early there, how much easier did that kind of make picking up things as a freshman? You know, picking up not only the defense but just like the culture of CU, and just kind of getting to know your surroundings a bit more. What was that like?
Yeah, I think it was really really helpful. I had a moment with my roommate Ryan Staub, who's also a early grad, and just like Ryan, like did you regret like graduating early, like, and kind of thought about it, and I was like, no, that was an amazing decision. Like just for me mentally, we all had to learn a new defense, but the pace that we learned the defense and how many concepts and things that I had to understand and pick up on as quickly as possible and then perform those, it's a huge advantage to now know and understand those as we reteach to the new players and be able to kind of have that edge over people.
Mm.
Right, I know what I'm doing. I can just react. I can just play ball. Um, it's a huge advantage. And then yeah, getting comfortable like where my classes are, where campus is, food spots, where to eat, where to hang out. I think it was a huge advantage, and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. We've got a few more questions, then I'll let you go. But just kind of as a player, how would you describe yourself? You know, what players do you like to watch as you were kind of growing up and adding pieces to your game? And then how do you kind of fit into this defense?
Yeah, so my all-time favorite linebacker to watch his highlight tape. I watch his highlight tape before almost every game. Is Reuben Foster at
Mm.
Alabama. When he was at Alabama, just I mean, his first year playing, just coming down on kickoff and just full speed with that neck roll, just and he hit Leonard Fournette like nobody had ever really stunned him, Leonard Fournette like that, and he came in just full speed and boomed him, and I was like, that play and that aggressiveness and that just dog and lack of care and just full speed explosiveness to see his play is like kind of how I want to play. I want to be that punisher, that dude that's going to come downhill and just fly and punish people and then play the game I love to play and be smart also and reactive and just go be downhill. But also, I love Bobby Wagner. I think he's a great dude to watch. And then in terms of pass rushers, I love Von Miller. I think he's a dude who's dope to watch. And then Phillips on the Dolphins, I think he's like my most comparable player.
Hmm.
He's got kind of same frame. He's a lot bigger, obviously, because he's in the league, but he's a dude that will go down at buck and be an edge rusher, but also be inside and play inside. And then he'll go cover outside the box. I think that's where I see myself as a player. Is that versatility is that's kind of what I'm starting to work into on this defense as well. Um, Now that I've been able to learn the inside position, I can now start to learn in certain packages the edge rusher position and be able to start pass rushing and learning that. So I'll probably start doing that this summer as we continue to install things, continue to install different packages and whatnot. That's how I see myself as a player, as a versatile player like that.
That's awesome, man. We've kind of figured out that, or just from watching the players that they've added, that that's really what they're looking for. You know, guys like Jeremiah Brown. Coach Hart has said also he's going to play off ball, on ball. What's the hardest part, kind of playing both those positions? Is there one position that's harder to learn than the other, or is it just about training and trying to get all the nuances down?
I think each position kind of has their own not pros and cons, but like difficulties and things that are easier. I think inside linebacker is such a mental position. I mean, you could be fast and explosive and strong, but if you're hesitant, you don't know what you're really doing, and you're kind of thinking through what you're doing the whole time, it's hard to shoot a gap or drop back into coverage, and you're kind of guessing. But if you know it mentally, then you can shoot gaps. You can tell the D-line what they're going to do. You can hear what the safeties are telling you and know where you're supposed to line up and all these different things. I'd say outside the edge position isn't as mentally difficult, but I think physically in terms of technique and knowing, okay, the tackle is setting with low hands. I have to do this move and just reacting that quickly and being strong as well physically is I think a little bit harder than inside. I think inside still has that technique. I just think edge is just such a purely technique, speed, power
Mhm.
position that you kind of just have to have it. You have it or you don't have it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, awesome, man. You've been great on the show today. We really appreciate your time. We'll have to have you back. We're getting excited, though, man. We're excited to see what you guys do this season on the field. And we're happy that you're all kind of coming together as a team and all in front of our eyes. It's been a lot of fun to watch from afar.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm super super excited to see what we do this season, and get to work.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks again, Victory. We'll talk soon, man.
Yeah, thank you.